Hello, everybody. This is Don with the Vlog of Many Things. We have a full house tonight. With us tonight is author Malia. Malia?
Hello, everybody.
All right, start. With us tonight is, wait a minute, that
Steve.
way.
Yeah, Steve.
Yep.
It's Eric, the famous Eric.
Here.
Yes. Okay. And then Mr. Hallstrom.
Hi, I'm Glenn. Hiya, folks. Instead of me, get her book.
See, there's a thing that we
Got
have
that out of
here.
the way.
It's not official until we talk about Glenn buying Glenn's
Yeah, I
book.
usually go like, buy my book. Thank you. Goodbye.
Yep. So, Malia, thank you for coming on the show tonight.
Not a problem.
Very much appreciated. For those of you who do not know, Malia is an author from Michigan. She wrote a book called Moonbound Shadows. And shall we just dive right into it?
Oh, let's do it.
Okay. Malia, tell us a little bit about your book. This is your sales pitch here moment.
Well, today, everybody knows, was the blood moon, right?
Oh,
So my book is actually based off of the celestial event of the blood moon, which prophesizes not one, but two prophecies with two sets of twins in the book, which is the people that you see on the front cover. You have two alpha twin sisters and twin brothers. And in the beginning of the book, you will find out that they are fated mates through visions. They never actually meet each other to fall in love. So this is a different style of, how would I explain it? Were lore. I wanted to bring something unique and different to the table. Not everybody gets to see visions of their mates, and this is how it begins. So it's a little intense right off the get-go. I know that Don had the honor of sneak peeking in on the prologue. It jumps right into a death scene. So it is something that's going to keep you grabbed and full of attention.
Thyatis, how you doing? This evening, Malia, we have a few people that are regulars, Fugly and Thyatis. Thyatis says, sounds like something the wife would read. And for those of you who would like to possibly purchase the book, you can click on the QR code in the upper right-hand corner or the direct link down below to the pre-sale. I'm going to have to say something about the pre-sale thing is we had a little bit of a tight time frame to do this book.
Oh, do we want to go in depth on?
Why not? Let's do it. I met Malia through her mother, Christine, and I am doing a few of Christine's book. And I met Malia and her husband, and Malia was kind enough to give me like 3 weeks to get this 110,000 word book completely done, laid out, ready to go, and everything. Thank you for the 3 weeks, Malia. Much appreciated.
No rush. No
Yeah.
rush.
Not at all.
Realistically, it should be like 3 months.
If not more. And to give you some concept here, Mr. Lake, Steve here to my left, or your right, or whatever it is on the video, because I'm reversed. Steve has written what, Steve? 20, how many books?
I think it's 26 by now.
26. Glenn Hallstrom is a recent author of mine and a good friend. He just wrote, Glenn, your book?
yes. When the Fat Ark Sings, a novella, 50,000 words, 200 pages.
Yep. And Eric is an experienced. You do write. Eric writes games.
All right. Well, whatever.
Oh, come on. You're not taking no smoke away from yourself. Eric is a game designer and vlogger and blogger and has the longest running game blog, I think. Is it, Eric, on the internet?
No, but one of the longest running.
One of the longest ones. So people understand here about what it takes to get a book laid out and done. So tell us a little bit about, give us kind of the overview of your book. The book will be available for purchase tonight. Again, 2 links, also mass purchase in about a week. Yep. However, what kind of brought about this book. I mean, it's not kind of your traditional, the reason why I wrote this book is because. What is the reason why you wrote this book?
It started off with I lost my job and it was snowing like crazy because, we live in the good old mitten of Michigan, right?
Yes, we do.
And I am watching my kids run around the house because they are on winter break. And I was like, I started writing a book a while ago and I need to pick it back up. So I had to dive back into my book that took me forever to write. And when I tell you the embodiment of where I saw my daughter, okay, so let me just tell you, like Lyra and Arya, those are the two main twins in the book. The embodiment of my daughter is those two. If you were to take Donna Ray and split her personality into two. Okay? It's a typical 16-year-old. You have the awesome, sweet child, and then you have like the cursed child. Right?
Been there, done there. I got 4 daughters.
Exactly. So I just kept stemming off from it and building more into my chapter. And I found out the blood moon was coming up, and I'm like, holy crap, I need to write some freaking chapters and get this done. So what started as, I'm just going to do it, maybe a couple chapters here and there, walk away, come back, turned into I'm staying up and I forgot to go to bed at 4:00 in the morning.
Real quick, got kind of question for you. Sausage Head 71 says literary influences. Any?
Literary influences.
Any other books? Any other type of thing that you read that kind of gave you the idea, the influence behind the book, or whatnot?
No, but I will say astrology. Astrology is a big part that pulled some of the things that you'll read in the book, because I grew up on Greek mythology. I kind of was a little nerd about it in school, and that's where actually my writing began. If you are ever on my author page, my mom talks about it and my aunt talks about it. I wrote all the time when I was a kid. So I have short stories that are there that I will probably give to Don later. But I wanted something different. So in a sense, yes, and in a sense, no, when it comes to the literary things. So I saw Twilight, right? Loved Twilight, loved how Stephanie Meyer built her book to grow into another book.
Yeah, because this is part of a series.
Correct. It is.
Okay.
It is. I am starting on the second book already. But this one, I wanted to build a strong foundation to set my world, right? My realm. Mm-hmm. And I needed to make sure that I had all of these areas designed in a way that you could see it, in a sense, smell it. If you were out at the park and you were reading the book, you would get that sense of the wet earth.
Now you mentioned Twilight in this. Mm-hmm. Now, would you classify this as a romance book? I mean, what's the genre here?
So there's about 2 chapters in the book. So it's about 47 chapters. There's 2 chapters in the book that have romance that I'm comfortable having my 16-year-old daughter read. But it is
real quick. I will say something here. I read this book. Okay, and it is appropriate for teens.
Good.
I didn't want it to sound. I wanted it to be able to be open to a lot of people. I didn't want to have it directed only for adult influence only, because this book is based on hope. Okay. Hope is a foundation for me in my life, where you have a lot of crap that goes really, really bad, right? That's where the cursed wolf kind of comes in. You got the darkness inside of you, but you can find that light and come out of the darkness and overcome. That's where a lot of the emotion inside of this book is coming from.
Mm-hmm. Now, quick question for you, and I'm gonna pepper you with questions here.
Yeah.
Now, I've written books. Steve's written books. Glenn's written books. And Glenn actually earlier today and the other day was talking about his second book and how difficult it is to kind of get these stories out sometimes. When it comes to this first book, because being you've already discussed your second, what would you classify your first? Was this a tough book to write? Basically, what was the process like for you?
I started this book almost 2 years ago. Okay. So I wrote it. I still have the original papers of me writing in a folder.
Don't throw that away. You better
I
not.
don't. I have it literally sitting on my mantle. It's on my fireplace. And it actually made me mad because I'm just going to come out with it. I do have ADHD. I am all over the place. You see it, you name it.
Welcome to the show. Not that any of us have ADHD.
I do.
Not diagnosed. Yeah.
Diagnosed.
I'm very diagnosed. I promise. Thank you. Sorry, I have an amazing sister behind the scenes filling me up with my coffee.
Where's she at when I need her?
Floating.
Jeez.
No, so it took 2 years, and I
Real
think.
quick.
Go ahead.
Restream is letting us know something pretty cool. You have people now scanning that QR code.
Oh, thank you,
Right.
everyone. That's awesome.
Yes. So, tough book to write. Took a few years to kind of get it out of you.
I think it was the first 15 chapters was the hardest for me because I wanted to make sure that the foundation was built, and my life was absolutely chaotic. I didn't have time to sit down and process. At the time, I had 2 toddlers running around the house. You really think I'm going to be able to sit down and focus? Absolutely not. Nope. So I took moments and I walked away, forgot about it, left it on the mantle, and then it got moved to a shelf, and then it got moved somewhere else, and then I found it. Oh, I'm going to write again. Well, that's where I got mad in October, and I read through every chapter and said, okay, I am going to start fixing it, get it edited where I need to be, and get this book freaking going.
Real quick, Glenn, I don't mean to interrupt, but Glenn had a question. Did you have a question, Glenn?
No. I was listening to her. I said I understand her process. Very
of
much.
the getting angry part? Or the
sort
walking
of,
part?
yeah, sort of, kind of.
Now, they say the first one's always the hardest, and I have
the second one is going by
really. See, I had to disagree with that. Steve,
Really?
What do you think? First book's the easiest or the hardest to you?
Well, the first book is setting up the world, the universe, and everything like that. Now, if you're good at world building, it's really easy. If you're not, it takes a lot of work because there's just so much you have to put in place so that when you get to the second one, you don't find yourself written into a corner.
Yeah, and just to let you know, our QR code count. By the way, Eric, I don't know if you know about this real quick.
I did not know about that. No.
There is when you have your QR code, there is a scan up top. And we've had 3 people scan her QR code so far in the first 15 minutes of the show.
I could use it more often. Damn.
User VV9, whatever. Sorry about this. So it says just bought 2, one for me, one for my classroom.
Yay.
Oh.
Hey.
So that's good. So basically, this process that you do now, when you sit down for when you do this book writing process, do you sit down like with a pad of paper? Do you just sit down with your laptop or notepad? What is your process behind getting it from your brain out there to something?
I'm horrible with notebooks. I'm just letting you know ahead of time. Anybody with ADHD can admit this. You can buy 15 of those stupid notebooks and you're going to lose every single one of them and forget what you wrote in them right after you did it. So I put it in my phone. And put it in calendar as an event note, and it kept me on point and on target.
So by scheduling it like an appointment that you have, it helped you with ADHD drive forward to get that book written.
Yes, it literally got me so I got to chapter 15, and that's when I told my husband, I need help. I need to know if I have these characters with personalities not rolling into each other. And I asked my sister to role play with me with some of them.
By the way, your mom is in the house right now.
It's
Any way you can get it.
oh, there's my mama.
Yep,
the
Christine
author.
Bontrager.
Hey.
Just real quick side note to everybody, Christine Bontrager is also an author and a very talented artist to boot. She's going to be at WizardCon with the table doing her art. Beautiful, beautiful jewelry, and writes awesome children's books. Gutsy Gus, we just got done getting up on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. She's also got Bonnie Bonnet, but not trying to sidetrack, just your mom showed up. We got to give our just due.
I would like to say something to everyone that's on here. If it wasn't for my mother reaching out and knowing Don through the acquaintance of how you two met, I wouldn't be where I'm at now. But the stories that you will get from my mother, these are stories that I grew up as a baby.
And just kind of funny is I met your mom at the eye doctor. She was helping me pick it. So these are because of Christine, by the way. I can see now because of her.
And the map that's in my book is from Christine Bontrager. Truly,
you just keep going and talking.
Phenomenal artist. And I wanted something personal in my book. You know, I have characters that resemble every single family member that I have. Oh, there it is.
Wow, that's nice.
Yep. And I'm going to tell you something. Her mom drew this map like in what, 2 days?
It took her about a day and a half.
Yeah.
She did,
crazy time frame.
She brought my it's my world. She brought my world to life. So it's crazy.
And real quick, Chris Moneymaker wants to know, what is my channel name? It is the Vlog of Many Things, Chris. So just to let people know also, this book is going to be available both in soft cover and also hardcover. The hardcover is going to have some added content, a little bit different. So if you're a completist like I am, buy both. So yeah, Christine has reason to blush. She's got a talented daughter, and Christine also is a very talented artist and talented writer. So
yeah, I'm so excited. There will be more photos to come later on down the road. So
go ahead, Glenn.
I'm in the presence of greatness. That's all. Well, hey, you know.
Well, a couple other questions for you, if I can. You know, I feel kind of like, I mean, give the other guys slack. They have not had the chance to really read this book and get into it like I've had the pleasure of doing. But you know, tell us a little bit about some of your main characters. You know, what are they? What are your characters? Everybody writes books. When they write a book, they base their character on something or someone. You have what, 4 primary main characters?
Wow.
I would think probably 4 of the mains.
I call it the funny 4-8-12.
Okay, let's start with the funny 4. Who are they? What are they? What do you base them on?
Okay, so you have Arya and Lyra. Okay, those are the twins that are from the Nightshade Pack. Okay.
What is the Nightshade Pack? I'm gonna interrupt you and bug you on this because
no, you're fine. Nightshade Pack. If you look on that map, you will get the embodiment of it. These are 2 women/wolves all the way to the left. There, see that giant oak tree underneath Nightshade? That is literally the embodiment of where they are. All of those little houses that are in the forests, those are beautiful log cabins that are set inside of the forest, where it looks like the cabins are built to be around the environment, like not to take away from it. It's to be an embodiment with nature. And the Alpha Lodge is literally built around that giant oak tree. So there is something very special with Nightshade.
Okay. What about the other characters? You got some other ones besides Arian?
there are so many.
You got the
cool
4, you
words
said.
that I could be giving away right now, and I just can't give it.
Well, you said you have the 4 primary. We talked about
Yep.
the first 2.
Now we move over to the Crescent Royal Kingdom. That is where their mates are.
Okay.
Okay, that is the up a little bit in that giant castle. They are the princes.
Okay.
You got Kale and Draven. Okay, they are twin alphas. And
What is an alpha?
an alpha, that's like
Yes.
high lore werewolf, like guru.
Okay, so the alpha wolves are like the top of the pack.
Yeah, they're the top dogs.
Okay.
You got your alphas, you got your betas, you got your lunas.
Okay, I'm
But-
probably more of a Luna type myself. I'm more the Luna of the pack. No? Okay.
No,
Okay.
no.
Fine. See, I'm getting shot down even by the author on live.
You'll
We're
be
on
the
live
beta.
here.
You'll be the beta. He is the captain, right? So if you were a part in my book, you would be Arden. You were the captain. You were the one that follows and makes sure everything is done to protocol.
You hear that, guys? Stay in line.
There we go.
Hey.
Never mind.
We are in line, see?
Well, there was another little sneak peek. There's a 5th character. His name is Arden.
Okay.
He is really good friends. Grew up with the 2 alphas in the kingdom. But Kale and Draven, they have this mate bond thing that's through visions, which is kind of like the little tiny cliffhanger that is through the first prologue and the first chapter on how something happens and they wake up from a dream because that's how they see themselves with their mates.
And we're going to be real quick. We're going to be posting for everybody's benefit the prologue tonight on the Vlog of Many Things social media, so people have a chance to read that, and it'll give you a really good taste of the book if you're on the fence about purchasing it.
Yeah, no, please, everybody. I would love for you to read the prologue, and please give me some reviews on it too. You know, if there's things that you want to hear, things you want more of, that's what I love to hear. That's what helps me build more into my stories.
And Steve, Glenn, what is your opinions of reviews on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and such, you guys, as authors?
I'm thrilled. I got one. I'm thrilled, and I've seen some nice ones, some bad. I want to see the whole game, the gamut.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people like it, people don't like it, people are kind of on the fence. That gives me an idea of should I or shouldn't I.
Agile Monk, welcome to the show.
Yeah, and you're also going to get the kind that say lizards can't purse their lips.
It's kind of a joke. Steve writes sci-fi, and basically, Malia, what Steve is he writes a lot of sci-fi. Very good, intense sci-fi writer.
Right.
And he had somebody critique him because he has an alien that's like a mix of a lizard alien race, and the guy got on Steve's butt because in Steve's book, the lizard character pursed his lips. So it's kind of a running joke with us. Yeah, Malia, you can give that look. We agree with you fully. It's like people are people. But okay, let me ask you this question about, I've read the book stem to stern, and I think I know the basis of your characters. So for anybody, like personally for you, what is your favorite character and why?
That goes into okay. I have 2. Okay, one is
Right off the bat, she's going to cheat people.
one is Lyra, and it's because she is sarcastic. She is snitty gritty to the point, and it's so funny because I want you to imagine me at 2:00 in the morning arguing with myself to be my daughter when we're in an argument. That is Lyra. If you get that snarky commentary of how a 16-year-old would act, that's Lyra's embodiment, right?
No, 16-year-olds don't get smart and snarky.
Donna Ray, if you're watching, I love you.
So what's the other favorite character of yours and why?
My other favorite character, his name is Siphon. Okay, Siphon comes in later on. He is also a smart aleck, so he gives Lyra a hard time. So you have kind of like the combating between the two of them, right? but he also meticulously has mind tricks and he likes to mess with people. And there's another, okay, so I also have Fae. There's 4 Fae. That's why I was like, it's the 4, 8, 12, because there's also 4 prominent other characters that come in later in the book that are going to continue into chapter 2 of the second series.
Now, real quick, we are all here big gaming guys. We all love gaming. We all publish games. We all get into gaming. I run a game con. Eric runs a gaming vlog. Glenn games. Glenn had a long-running podcast for gaming. So let me ask you this question. You are familiar with games like Dungeons & Dragons, correct?
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
See, guys, I told you you're gonna like you're gonna like it. Trust me.
If we want to geek down and sit down at a table with candles and have fun and dress up, let's go.
Guys, guess what? She's coming to WizardCon. Woohoo!
Candles.
Well, I don't have the laser beam eyes, so.
So basically, this.
I'm gonna have.
What's that, Glenn?
So when you see the cheap setup, I'm going to have at the table.
Anyway, so basically, I got a real tough question for you now.
Uh-oh.
And I want an answer. You ready for this?
I might be.
Okay, we all know what your favorite character is and why. What is the one character you really don't really care much for and why?
Ooh.
I'm actually
it's the
pulling out the
shadow
ones that
creature?
got asked of me by somebody who's right now in chat.
It is the shadow creature. I hate the shadow creature, but
Why?
he is a huge part of Moonbound Shadows, right? He is literally the embodiment of what is the book. This is the darkness that consumes you, right? It's darkness. If you think about it growing up in life, right? You can be surrounded by evil people, darkness, people making you decide what to do, feeling like you don't have a choice, right? You either go this way or don't go at all.
So basically, that character might even be considered, you could classify it as, well, you could also maybe classify it as an analogy to the negative things in life.
It is. And that is why the front of the book, where hope might save them, because you need hope to pretty much heal yourself from the darkness. You have to believe in something to find the light.
Now, Foogly, who's a regular on our channel, Foogly, thanks for tuning in tonight, says, I'm down for the dressing up, but not so much these guys. Hey, come on now. You ain't seen me in a kilt, Foogly. Jeez. Chris Moneymaker.
Under your kilt.
Yes, I'm fine with that. Don't worry. Chris Moneymaker is also a regular on the channel. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Chris goes, used to play Ravenloft by candlelight. It was a blast. You know, this book and this world could be very easily transformed into a role-playing game setting, even possibly.
Yeah, Rach was saying that in the background at one point. Yeah.
By the way, Rach is Eric's wife. So,
okay, so
big gamer herself.
Spoiler alert. In one of the chapters, I will not let anybody know when, but when you read it, you'll find out. I actually built a table. There is a table that I have envisioned inside this book that looks 3D, like it's moving.
Okay, guys, this is not pre-scripted. I knew nothing about this. I led into the gaming thing. It sounds like we talked. Malia, did we talk about any of this before the show? No, this is all granular, natural.
No, and actually, here we go. Literacy. Whoever asked about this, the literary portion of it.
Mm-hmm.
So the table, I fell in love with Game of Thrones, with that table and how like the stone.
Yeah, so do I.
Baller, right? I wanted one that wouldn't get messed up, so I encased it. So this giant, huge slab is in a beautiful library, but it's enchanted. So everything moves. So it looks like the wind is moving through the trees.
Nice.
Like, it's beautiful. So, I mean, it could be something, but heck.
Well, my wife has a question for you. Actually, she has two. My wife says, good evening, everyone. 2 questions from Malia. Are there any, one at a time, we'll read them. Are there any wolf-human hybrids in your story? I would say yes, because they're werewolves, kind of, right?
That's what they are. Werewolves
so, okay, I want to, okay, so here's the fun part of making this different, right? So I don't know if my friend Tiffany is in here, but when she lived with me, oh geez, what was it, 10, 11 years ago? That was when I read my first werewolf book.
Ah.
Okay. And from chatting with her, chatting with some other people, it seems like the commonality of having a werewolf embodiment is you turn into the wolf, right? You become uncontrollable. The wolf consumes you. I didn't want that in this book. I wanted the wolf to be your conscience.
You didn't want the cliches.
No,
Good.
no. And it's also the same with the mate bond. When you guys read it, I want to hear your reviews on why and how I made it different. I will not talk about that.
And you said the mate bond, etc. There's a second part of this question that kind of might be touching what you're getting into now. Is my wife Tina also says, "Is there a curse in the book?" Sorry, she missed the first few minutes. My wife at kindergarten.
So it's not a curse. It's a prophecy. It's a prophecy from the moon goddess. Okay.
Yeah.
These were literally released to both sets of twins. Okay, so there's a cursed wolf. I'm not saying which one it is on the right side, and there is a cursed wolf on the left side on both sets of twins.
Okay.
Okay. And what this is doing is both of these prophecies, they're not supposed to happen in the same timeline.
Okay.
They're supposed to be millennia apart. Like, it's not supposed to happen. Stuff like this doesn't happen. So they are literally rewriting their own history. They are rewriting their new prophecy, their new rules. This is completely crazy. This is my ADHD brain. I'm sorry. I'm like, oh, I can go this way. I can go that way. So I just kept rolling with the punches.
So let me ask you this question is, we have this book, you're working on a second book. In this series, how many books are there total do you have planned at this point?
So, because of my map, the second book, I will let everyone know because I already have the prologue ready. I just haven't sent it over to Don yet. Misty Peaks. It's at the very top of that map. So the second book is going to be up in the Misty Peaks, where there is one heck of a powerful lunar chamber that is on convergence lines, where you'll find at the end of this book why they might need to go there.
Ah, hints. So, okay, so kind of getting back to, so I want to put this, sorry about that, I'm kind of getting the wrong, sorry about that. You are married.
Yes.
Okay. What kind of role, if any, does your husband have in this game? Uh-oh, she's laughing.
I have already told, okay, so my husband is Ashlos.
I'm setting you up is what I'm doing, don't worry.
My husband is Ashlos in the book. I won't say who. You'll be introduced to him when he comes through. But my husband was in the military. Okay, so to kind of give you an idea of who Ashlos might be, or his persona, should you say, that is my husband.
Gotcha.
But if you take Ashlos and take the H out of it and say it really fast, you'll understand the sarcasm, funny haha of it.
I just got it myself. Hey, he's a guy. We're all a little athletes, okay? So
but he's mine and I love him, so it works.
That's the right way. Good answer. Now, okay, so you have a book, multiple characters. We all know through game design or even writing books that this can get very complicated very quick, very intertwined plot wise.
It's
your book is very, very plot heavy. Very plot heavy.
Yes,
but very well done also. Now, my question for you, another question for you is, so you have characters based on your husband. Do you have any other characters that are based on friends, family? If so, why? Who are they, and what is it about them that bring this character out, or vice versa?
Yes. Every single person in this book has a meaning to my life. So
Let's hit the majors. Let's hit the major. Okay, I'm going to kind of backwards do this. Do you have any influences for your mother in this book?
For my mother?
Yes.
My mother is Serena.
Gotcha. Now, what is it about Serena and your mom that kind of go click?
Serena took care of the twin alphas when their parents died.
Okay.
And she went to the ends of the earth to make sure that they were protected and safe.
Oh, we got a good one for you, Malia.
Uh-oh.
What character is you?
What character am I? I'm not in this one yet.
You're not in this one yet. See, that was fine because I thought I knew the answer to this. Oh,
I'm almost here.
You're not in the book.
There's
Oh, I thought
sneakish
you were.
parts of me in it, but I am not completely in it.
Ah, so you have some sisters who are right now probably what, about 3 feet from you?
Actually, you're pretty spot on.
So what was it about your sisters? What are the characters? What influenced your sisters to you about these characters?
So, Sister A, should I say, is in another location.
Okay.
She is going to be in the second book.
Gotcha.
And it's going to explode. I am so excited. I needed a character that literally resembled the middle. I'm not going to say middle sister syndrome, but it's, I don't care. It's how I say it's going to be, and this is how it's going to go. Like, we roll with the punches, right? Like, It is what it is. I had to build a character through that, and it wasn't fitting in this book, but so totally fitting in the other one because of her love of animals and creatures. So, spoiler alert again, into the second book. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Gotcha.
And I have, my other sister, by the way, that one was Mariah. My other sister is Briggan. Briggan is my calm sweetheart. She is one of the maids that is always taking care of the Lunas, making sure that they have their healing remedies. That is Amara. And Amara, ironically, is also the name of my sister's dog.
Gotcha.
It was fitting. It worked perfectly.
Interesting. So,
if you want to keep going, I can keep going.
No, by all means. This is about you and your book. Yeah. You are not boring anybody.
Okay.
You got something to say, you by all means talk. That's what we're here for.
If you want to know how my brother-in-law is, Nathan, Siphon is the embodiment of Nathan.
Okay.
Okay,
real quick, because understand, you know who this guy is, you know who the character is. Siphon. Who is Siphon in the book? What is his role?
Okay, Siphon is a fae. Okay, he is a high lord. Okay, so we're gonna break this down. You have Therinia.
Okay.
You have Ashlos. You have Silverus, and you have Siphon. 4 of these characters is why I call it the 4-8-12, because they are major roles in this book and throughout the rest.
Gotcha.
Okay. Siphon has a black eye that is like the darkness of the galaxy, and then he has a white eye. So he's kind of like your yin and yang, but he does mind games. But it's it's the dry humor of him. Where you don't know, like, is he being funny? Is he not? Is he joking with me right now? You kind of have to learn him and be around him to be like, oh yeah, that's him. That's just how he is. And you love that about him, because he's just going to call it and say it how it is. That is how Siphon is.
Gotcha.
Silverus is like my stepdad, Aura. Okay. He's the quiet one who watches. Watcher, right? He's going to assess everything before he tells you what's going to be said, because he needs to map everything out and know exactly how everything falls into place before he gives you an answer.
Gotcha.
Literally, my stepdad, and I love him for it. It's that contractor brain mentality.
Now, question for you about publishing in general. Your mom was publishing through another company when I took over her book. You have had no experience with any publishing companies. How would you classify right now? Well, let me back up. How would you classify the process so far for you of publishing your book?
I don't have the fun little fireworks shooty things here, but it has been amazing. You have been in contact with me every step of the way. If I have a question, you are right there to respond and let me know kind of like what's going on. When it came to the editor side of it, like actually giving my book away to somebody, who, let me tell you, that is where my nerves were shot. But you told me something when we first met, is to have patience and to have trust and to just kind of go with the flow, and we'll keep you informed. And
Trust the process.
Trust the process. And I had to make sure that my mindset was clear when you said that, so I could stay on that clear mindset process with you.
Well, I will compliment this young lady down below all of us. She has been a joy to work with. Glenn and her are both very similar in one way, and that is they were willing to trust the process. And I know sometimes it goes against your grain. You're giving something very precious up. And Glenn was the same way. Glenn just kind of was a joy to work with. Both of you were.
I never expected my book to get published, so what did I have to lose?
Very true. Very, very true.
I mean, this was 10 years ago. So
I see a comment on here, Don, that I am so happy someone just talked about Tabletop Taproom.
Yeah, that's Tom Verrolt from Tabletop Taproom. He is another vlogger.
My guy, thank you so much for saying this. I understand how a lot of people are so addicted to AI right now. That Don keeps he asked me so many times, like, where are you getting this from? Where are you finding it? I literally threw everything out. Okay. When it came to writing, I didn't want any influence from anything. And
this is real quick. This is really interesting, guys. Listen to what this lady has to say. I'm going to kind of do a different. I want to interrupt you with a question that relates to this. Malia, and this blew my mind. When you were writing this book, what did you do with all other content that you were reading at the time and doing?
At what point?
Well, like you just walked away from everything. You didn't read anything else. You didn't want any influence on you.
No, I stepped away from literally everything.
That blew my mind when I heard you. And I'm not joking.
No, literally all of my books, any book that I had, they're gone. They're in boxes. They are gone.
Yeah, she put her stuff up and didn't read anything because she didn't want to be influenced by that stuff. But you bring up AI, and this is kind of an interesting thing because Tom's right. Tom kind of shared it with us behind the scenes. There's a guy who wrote, Malia, are you ready for this? 180,000 word book. And I guess he wrote it in a couple of months. Look at her look on her face. She's right, huh?
Did he sleep?
No, he just. I'll talk to you.
A ghostwriter.
Yeah, let's put it that way. Ghostwriter is a really good way of putting it. Now, there's a thing with AI and this kind of leads into a different kind of a subject with you. It's interesting is you don't use AI. You literally use your own brain writing this book and doing.
Yes. I will say that my sister, she did help me out on a couple things because I was struggling in a moment trying to make sure that I was getting the embodiment of what my characters look like. So I talked with my sister. I was like, dude, I can't figure this out. I don't know how to I need to see it. It's losing my mind. And she came up with a vision board for me that I shared with Don.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that was very interesting.
And I was able to explode. As soon as she got me that one photo, it was done. I was able, I'm not kidding. I could not sleep a week straight. I was getting yelled at by my husband. I was getting yelled at by my sister. I was getting yelled at by my own daughter. You need to sleep. I was like, I can't. I have it. It's all spilling out. I need to get it out because if I stop, I'm not going to go back to it. And that was my niche right there. If you have something and you're on fire, don't stop the fire, because if you stop the fire, it is hard as crap to relight that flame.
And to me, this is really interesting because Eric, you can talk a little bit about this. Maybe is Eric is a huge blogger online, talks about gaming issues, gaming news, and Eric has seen the gambit of taking flack for using AI, but Eric uses AI like to get ideas and prompts and to kind of spur them on.
It's for brainstorming.
Yeah.
And I will admit I use it for thumbnails because I do a video a day and I don't have infinite money to pay infinite artists infinite money to give me a thumbnail a day.
Yeah.
When I make $5 a day on my videos. But yeah, I mean AI is a tool, but it is not a replacement for productivity or imagination. You know, it's I think Rob Conley put it best that AI is like the ultimate random table in a lot of ways because it's garbage in, garbage out. As long as you're putting, if you're putting yourself into it, like if you're using AI to check your spelling and your proper use of language, that's using it as a tool. If you use it to write
it's in Word document.
Right.
Like everybody's been using AI if you want to bring it in that sense. I mean, it's
bingo. Good point.
But if you want to write a 150,000 page book in a week, a human's not doing it, but
no.
Yeah.
But the thing is with me with AI and Malia, maybe you can kind of clear this up as far as your thoughts on it is. To me, like what Eric says, AI, I think, is a really positive thing if you use it properly, as in, like Eric does. Eric might use it to create a thumbnail. Eric's not selling a product.
Right.
Eric's trying to create a thumbnail for his video.
Correct.
Or maybe, like you said, it's like a tool.
It helped me to visualize a character.
Bingo.
But,
like using a thesaurus because you're trying to find a different word for malignant as an example, and you're trying to find something similar.
Well, that's what we use Google for. I mean, what's
bingo.
another term for okay, so that's a fun one. I'll tell you right now. I was so repetitive on using the word ancient. I have learned words of archaic and all of the other terms that can go along with keeping that same personality. So, I mean, it's using Google. I mean, if I had my Wikipedia books or anything else, that was us. What? 15?
Well, but that also goes right back to a subject we talked earlier. What was really nice about working with you, and it was the same thing with Glenn. I've published a lot of people's books, and I've dealt with a lot of people's personality, but what makes working with people like you, and I'm not just saying this because you're on the hot seat right now, I'm talking about even like with Glenn, is you both are the type of authors that you do want your book better. So you're willing to listen to other people to an extent, but also you're willing to go ahead and like you used words repetitively. You were talking about that a few minutes ago. And you're willing to listen to someone saying, hey, Malia, you're using this constantly. Maybe we can switch up a little bit. You were very, very much enthusiastic about going, you listen to other people's ideas.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
I was not
rare.
good at it. No, I need you to know, like, before you, my buffer was my sister. So I got to fight with my sister first. Just let me, she's smiling.
Sis, thank you for breaking it in for me, okay? I really appreciate that, all right?
Like I said, middle sister. She isn't good. No. Nope, we had to go through it. And then she showed it to me in a way where it was understanding. And I talked to Don about this, and I think that's something every author, if they are new, not used to this world, I let Don know how it was perceived for myself on how I felt. You know, like if you feel that you need to tell me something, can you bring it to me in this manner so it doesn't sound like it's degrading on how I'm talking, but let's buff it up. Let's change it up to make it better. And that's
Presentation's everything. How
exactly
you come
what
across.
you did. And I appreciated every part of it.
Thank you. Well, you know, we've been here almost an hour. So to kind of tie this up and bring this all together, I want to kind of end this with a couple questions for you. And
Okay.
anything else the panel guests want to go ahead and ask you also.
Okay.
If you were right now to sit down in front of a room full of students that really want to publish a book, what would be 2 pieces of advice to them on how to make, or no, what would be 2 things you would tell them on how to start the process?
Okay, you're saying kids. I need an age
Let's
gap.
say students. Let's just say people. Let's say you're in a room full of people who, I don't care, they're 12 years old, they're 25, 50 years old.
Okay,
They want to write a book.
I can work with this.
Okay.
So if we're gonna do it and dive into what I love, like right now, I love fantasy. So say I'm doing a little conference here with people for fantasy, right? You need to figure out your world first before you start writing it.
Yep.
I lecture. So does Steve. That left and right. Good one. Malia, I'll throw that $20 I promised you. Okay.
No, it was on the table, but I'll accept.
It's funny as a gamer that kind of preps you to do that when you first start out.
Mhm.
It
Yeah.
does. You need to
The
have
world.
Yeah.
If you, where are you going to go? I mean, you are your own pirate, right? You're on your own ship to find your own treasure.
Mhm.
Okay. How are you going to get to it without a map?
Ah, good point. So the world is basically your starting point.
Yeah.
So we need a world.
Mhm.
What is something else if I'm an author going, Malia, I need help. I don't know where to even go from here. I already got my world, Malia. Where to next?
Okay. So when I was sitting down wanting to figure out how to build my world, I engulfed myself around people to learn different personalities.
Mm-hmm.
So, say if you're wanting to have something that has conversations in it, right? You're going to want to be around other people to learn their personalities to bring it into the book. If you're not doing a personality based book, and say just a story, right? You got Peter Pan, you have all of these Disney books that you grew up on as a child. For me, what pulled me into those books is what I want to work off of to build into my own world.
Okay.
Okay. So what was it with Peter Pan? Do we remember the very beginning of it? It was a stupid shadow. And then you had Tinkerbell, then you had the fairy dust. All of these things just kind of built it up. You need something to build your story. You need to get it stacked and write your notes on how you want it. Fill it out to where you're comfortable. Like, okay, I think I have a good foundation, right? You can put it on a PowerPoint. That's what I'm good at. I have already told Don, I am not Excel, or I am not Microsoft Word, but you give me a PowerPoint, we will play on presentations all day long. Not a problem.
Okay.
It's do what works for you and quit trying to do what everybody else is doing that works for themselves. Because that won't work for you.
So if I get this right, and again, just trying to make sure I'm getting this understood.
I'm all over the
So
place.
no, world is the good starting point is get your world situated and get that started.
Yep.
And then also prep, prep is prep is prep is prep.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you have a world, right? It's kind of like Dungeons and Dragons. You have your world. Okay, well, inside that world, what does this place look like? How are you going to grow that area and then have this area look like crap? Well, you can't do that, so you got to grow that one up. Okay, well, now that I have these two built, I can actually build the characters inside them, moving through the forest, feeling the earth. What does the moss feel like? You know, you get the sense of emotion.
Yep.
Not a lot of people talk about the five senses.
Mm-hmm.
That I would say to new writers, bring that back because it's not there anymore. It's always quick, and the softness, what it smells like, all of these little things.
That's the thing. You can convey that in a book, and too many authors leave that out. You know, don't just say, you know, the trees are autumn orange. You can give visceral feedback in your book and talk about what the smell of the forest is and such. And I notice you do that in your book.
Mm-hmm.
You give a lot of descriptives. Now,
the very first, what is it? The very first part of it, the forest held its breath.
yes.
You know, what do you think of when you see that? It's a very still forest. There's nothing moving.
Well, you talk about that, and you talk about the two sisters standing at the balcony, and you talk about
with her hands twisted
the
around,
railing.
turned. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, to go ahead and kind of wrap this up, because we want to be able to, you know, get you out there as quick as possible.
Yeah.
You know, besides, of course, the Vlog of Many Things interview and what's being streamed on the other channels, where can people find you at? Like, if they want to say, I want to really follow Malia, where can I find her at online? Do you got a Facebook?
I am learning to become everywhere.
That's a good thing. So you got a Facebook page?
I do. Malia Start Author, capitalize Malia, capitalize Start, capitalize Author, but it's all one word, no spaces.
Yeah. Actually, on URLs and web addresses, it really doesn't matter. People think it does. It doesn't. So
I have
Malia
shared it
Start
everywhere, on Instagram, on TikTok. I kind of combined everything so I can share my content to everyone.
Okay.
Makes also there for future authors.
And you're going to have we're working on a website for you, authormaliastart.com.
Yep.
So you're on right now, if I understand, you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram, you're on TikTok. Are you on Twitter/X?
No, I haven't quite figured that out.
Okay.
I have a
Don't feel bad.
16-month
I'm loosely on that also. You're going to have your website up and running.
Yep. And I think we're going to be starting a YouTube channel.
Okay.
I want to dive into it a little bit, kind of learn the basics before I want to jump in.
No worries. Take your time.
A little nerve-wracking.
And then also on top of that, so you're going to be at some events. You're going to be at WizardCon, April 24th, 25th, and 26th with your mom, I think. You're sharing a table.
Heck yeah. I would love to be a part of that with my mom.
Well, you're going to meet everybody on this channel right now in person, plus several people in chat.
You have a space at my table if you want it.
Oh, well, yeah.
We are a welcoming crew here.
Wait a minute, Glenn.
Yes?
Don, isn't his book the one you showed me when we met at Barnes?
Bingo.
That's the orc book.
Yeah.
Dude, that thing is sick.
Yeah.
Your book is like legit. I love I like
Okay.
it.
Thank you. 204 pages.
Yep. And Glenn's come out with a second book, but
Look, if you want a big book, look at that guy up there.
Steve writes some big books.
Yeah.
Big books.
Big
Like
books.
we talking.
I like big books. I cannot lie.
I think the largest one I have is like 110,000 words. But I also have a super series with 7 books in it and a 3-book epilogue to it.
Yeah, Steve. I write Steve's. I lay out and do Steve's covers and lay out his books. And Steve was like, "I got another book." I'm like, "Oh, really? Yeah, it's not that bad."
Hold on. What is a super series?
Super series is anything above 4 books. My book series is 7.
Yeah, he writes when he says I have multiple books.
So are you like the next Star Wars guru? Like what?
Star Wars.
No, but I do have a sci-fi series called Earthfleet, which is basically it's a bunch of scientists and it starts out as a bunch of scientists that are persecuted for being scientists and loving science and stuff. So they separate themselves into their own society, and while the rest of the Earth is still out there with swords and horses and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve writes some books, trust me. He does a little bit of writing.
I love it.
If you go to earthfleet.net, you'll see all 20 some odd Steve's books. He's a prolific writer. But, and I'm not just saying this 'cause he's a friend of mine, Steve writes a lot of big stuff, but he writes very well and it's very detailed. And there's no plot holes in his book. Everything entwines very neatly.
Yeah,
Oh,
plot holes drive me nuts.
Yeah. It's only because he has such a good friend like me that helps him. That
Yeah, I put about 5
Okay,
plot
fine.
holes just for Steve in there.
what
Just for-
happened?
Okay, Malia, you're still here. You're bouncing in and out. So see, just in time. Even Restream is going, hey guys,
Kind
Okay,
of,
time to step out.
Malia?
Alert.
thank you very much for coming on tonight.
Not a
Yeah,
problem. I
um,
enjoyed it. And
yeah,
I would
fun.
like to do another one.
We'll be happy
if
to have
that's
you.
okay. But I would like it to be with other authors. If there's struggling authors that have questions, I think it would be great for us to kind of get in and just kind of chat.
Well, part of our new website we're doing at Wizard Tower Games and Publishing is, remember I talked to you a little bit about this. What we're going to have is we're going to be having, I almost call it almost a consortium. What I'd like to do is get authors together, and talk more about the issues of an author. How do you guys help each other? How can the publisher, it's easy to say I'm the publisher, buy the book. But I want to go deeper with this where authors can kind of say, wait a minute here. The publisher is ancillary to us. They're the unimportant part. We as the authors can get together and let's talk about how we make our books better, the process better. And then you bring someone like me in and go, okay, now we've talked about you. This is what you're going to do to make us more successful. Because it's all team. It's teamwork.
Correct.
I
want to finish something that I haven't opened up at all. And
Sure.
I would love to share it with Glenn, Stephen, and Eric. So bringing up all of the senses in the book, feeling, touch, all of these things, it's all sensory, right?
Mm-hmm.
My youngest son is 100% non-verbally autistic. My baby boy cannot talk. And I wrote it in my autobiography. I have learned to listen without ears. He has given me another voice to speak.
That's awesome.
So this is a huge part for me because he opened my door when I'm not trying to get emotional. That's my baby boy.
I get it. Yeah.
But
Okay.
that's why I'm pushing so hard, is because if I can get some part of embodiment of my son, the little smirks, the movements, how he touches grass, eats dandelions. Like, I'm not even kidding.
Don't knock eating dandelions till you've ate
Oh,
it.
yeah. Thank you. Ooh, no, like,
You're okay.
I see things that you just sit back and you're like, what exactly is he freaking seeing, man? Like, is the rainbow a rainbow, or is it that fun little spinny thing that you're looking at the store?
Wow.
It's a whole other world for them. And I absolutely love it. They call it abilities, not disabilities, because they see further and deeper than what anyone else does.
That's right.
And that's what I'm trying to bring in with these books.
Well, you know what? How about we do this then?
Ugh.
How about we go ahead and we can do this later on? Doesn't have to be tomorrow, but why don't we sit down and maybe talk about maybe trying to do something maybe at WizardCon for kids that maybe will help them and get them into WizardCon, free admission, no charge, not make money off this.
Nice.
And what we do is we bring them in and maybe try to do some type of
That's right, Kaleidoscope. Sorry, the comment posted. Thank you.
What's that?
They posted Kaleidoscope.
Kaleidoscope.
They knew exactly what I was talking about.
Gotcha. And maybe bring into it my wife's pre-K. She has she deals a lot with kids with autism and such. And maybe we can figure something fun for your son and other children like him, where they maybe will understand there's kids just like him. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Like my son, you can read a book to him. He'll walk away as fast as you open the book cover.
Mm-hmm.
But you give him a fidget spinner, something that he can mess with, he'll sit there the whole time.
Matter of fact, Eric just bought, weirdly, can you mention that? Eric just bought a bingo at a convention.
Yeah.
It's a 20-sided dice. That's
Oh, it's the pinchy one.
Yeah.
It goes
Yeah.
flat.
Yeah.
I can hear
love
it.
Yeah.
So
Is
do
that
I.
the one that turns, like when you squeeze it in the center, it goes into like almost a star shape?
Kind of.
I'm telling you, I know too many of these.
excellent. But Malia, thank you very much again for coming on, taking your time, your evening this evening. Thank you to your sisters for their back end technical support and serving coffee.
Thank you.
It's my
Yes,
coffee
thank you,
cup
girls.
full. But again, thank you very much. Thank you to your mom also for introducing me to you and such. You're welcome to come on anytime. You're going to have a book 2 coming out. We'll make sure you have it there. At WizardCon, we're going to be doing some live streams. We'll make sure we figure something out to do involving live
Yeah,
streams and such.
I'll post for if anybody wants to follow me on my stuff. I'll release sneak peeks, little snippets
Good
of what's to come.
Yeah, that's what you want to do. Give people little sneak peeks. But again, Malia, seriously, thank you for coming on tonight. It was a lot of people were in chat tonight interacting with you. Had a whole bunch of people saying great subject, great topic, and you're a really talented author, and we really appreciate it. And also, thank you for trusting me with your book. I know it's personal. I know it means a lot to you. So.
It does, but it's also kind of a blessing in disguise. You literally have my father, who's deceased's first name. So it's kind of weird, fun, and crazy cool all rolled into one.
Well, thank you. And Steve, Eric, Glenn, thank you for coming on tonight with me.
No problem.
As always. And Chris Moneymaker, Tabletop Taproom Tom, Foogly, Dan Tesh, Agile Monk, as all the old crew that comes in here and supports us every week and every time we're on live. Thank you very much. So,
and
again,
Lisa Sadek, amazing editor. Thank you.
Yep. And we'll go ahead and we'll get on this. And we got
buy her book.
Buy her book, people. And by the way, the link is right there. We're going to be posting on our social media direct links to her Amazon and Barnes & Noble when the books get up there later on this week.
Woohoo! I'll do a live.
Yep.
Buy Steve's books just so he doesn't feel left out.
And buy Glenn's books too. So
nothing to sell.
We're all selling books. Buy them.
Let's do it.
Buy books. So everybody, again, thank you for tuning in tonight. This is Down with the Vlog of Many Things. We will be here this Thursday talking about who knows what, but we're going to be here Thursday. And earlier today, we were all talking about maybe some new type of stuff happening on the Vlog of Many Things to make it more fun.
Yeah.
So everybody, thank you for tuning in. Malia, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for giving us your
time. Thank you, Malia.
Thank you. Have a good night, you guys.
All right.